I sold my Ghostbusters Proton back from Hasbro and I couldn't be happier. Welcome back to Basement Collectibles, and if you're new to the channel, my name is Jordan. If you like anything collectible you can put in your basement, please consider subscribing for more great content. So when I found out that Hasbro Labs was making a Proton pack to fit this Ghostbusters Neutrino wand, of course, I was excited. I was looking at all the perks that would come with it if they could hit certain numbers. So once they hit a certain numbers to get the stand of the Proton pack, I thought this would be a great collector's item to put on my wall and of course to attach this Neutrino wand to it. So after I put the money down for the Proton pack, a few months went by, started buying some other things for the basement, started changing a couple things up in the basement, which I'll show you guys in a later video. And then I found another piece that I've been looking for the basement, and it ended up being pretty expensive. So after, again, a couple months go by, and then I was notified for the Proton pack that was going to be arriving shortly. I started looking around and thinking, where am I going to put this Proton pack? Now that I've changed a couple things in the basement too, do I really need it? And don't get me wrong, I always wanted a Proton pack when I was a kid. I was able to get the plastic one version from the real Ghostbusters cartoon show. I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan. I've got the toys, I've got the fake movie poster hanging up on my wall with all the signatures. I've just always loved Ghostbusters, even to this day. Enjoy the movies. Took my kids to the newest movie to watch that in the theater. So I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan, but just looking at when the Proton pack was finally saying it was going to be shipped, actually Hasbro just ended up just shipping it, and it just got to my door, and a few days later said, I got an email notifying me that my Hasbro Labs Proton pack was arriving soon. So please let me know in the comment section if that happened to you, or at least you got the notification, you're prepared for it. I even made a short video about the box itself. I put it right here. Couldn't wait to unpack it, but just before I was going to open it up, I just thought, you know what, maybe there's somebody else that maybe missed the opportunity to pre-order this that wants it even more than I do. So I went on to a Ghostbuster fan page that I'm on, and I just put an ad out there saying, if anyone missed an opportunity on getting one of these, please personal message me if you're within the area that I live in. Again, if I didn't get any response to it, I'd have no problems keeping this. I just thought before I opened this box, I knew if I opened the box up, check it all out, put it on, walk around the basement, put it on the wall, I think I would end up keeping it. Again, no big deal, but I just thought if I leave it in the box and somebody really wants it more than I do, then I'm good for it. So I ended up having a gentleman message me that night saying if it's still available, he'd like to buy it, and I said no problem. He said, would you mind shipping it? I said, to be honest, just the size of the box, I don't really want to try to ship it out again. I just thought, like, if someone was local and wanted to pick it up, then it was meant to be. He said no problem. He was about 5 hours away, and I said no problem. Just let me know day and a time that you can arrive. Didn't think anything of it. He wrote back the next day and he said, I'm off next Monday. So I thought, okay. I'll probably have it for another week. Hopefully I'm still not tempted to open the box up. We just messaged back and forth. He ended up showing me all of his Ghostbusters collection. I was sharing photos of my Ghostbusters collection, so I knew at least this gentleman was obviously looking to have this Proton pack for a very long time. So it's now Monday morning around 5:30 in the morning, and I get a message from the gentleman saying that he's already left his house, and again, because of 5 hours, he's hoping to be there for midday. So I met him at my workplace. He gets out of his car, we introduce ourselves, I bring out the box, I put it on the back of my car, he looks at it, he puts his hands on the box, and he starts crying. Tears of joy, so happy. He looks at me, he shakes my hand again, and he's like, Jordan, you have no idea, I've been waiting for this moment, or waiting to get a Proton pack in the last 30 years. And I just turned to him like, you know what, I'm really happy. I'm so glad that you were able to get this. He's like, I couldn't believe it. He's like, I didn't have the money at the time for the Hasbro pre-order. He said he was doing his best. He was trying to work even more hours at his job to get this thing, and he just couldn't make it work. And the fact that now that he had the opportunity, he was so thankful for it, and I was still taken back on it. Again, I don't remember the last time I sold something or I bought something where I was this happy. You know, I'm always really excited to get something from my childhood, but just to see the tears of joy running down this man's face, I couldn't believe it. And he grabbed the box. We couldn't open it, unfortunately. I had to get back to work. He put it in his car, and I know I had to get back. And it's still, there were still tears as he was saying goodbye in that. And I wanted to make this video not just as a, you know, I sold this for that type of thing. It was more or less that, like, to sell something that I would still appreciate. It would be on my wall for the foreseeable future, and as long as it had a home and my kids still wanted to look at it, I'd always have it up, and for myself. But for this gentleman to be so happy with it, and when he got home, he took it out, he showed me some pictures, he had it in this great display area in his basement. And again, he still said, like, I can't take this thing off. And now I was almost a little jealous. I'm like, oh, did I make a bad choice by selling it? But I truly think I still have the wand. I still have an area to put this for now. Still enjoy this, because I didn't know if Hasbro was really going to make one. So the reason why I wanted to make this video, I just wanted to know from you guys, have you ever sold something or bought something where it brought you tears of joy, or you couldn't believe that someone else, like something that you had, made someone else even more happy than you are for that? So I really wanted to make this video just to see, you know, what other types of things people have been selling in that too, that brought someone even more joy than you thought you had in it. And again, I'm just happy that we're able to make the deal and also, you know, make someone really happy. So please let me know in the comments if you ever had this type of deal before, and I'll see everybody on the next video. Take care.